All right, so I got cut off, so I'm just going to talk a little bit faster so I can wrap up and tell you what we're doing today. So this is the NIPT or NIPT test again. So we're looking at the fetal DNA that gets into the woman's system within her blood. They can separate it out, so they can separate just the fetus's DNA, and with that they can do some genetic testing based on the chromosome and the karyotype. So they can detect with, it says 99.9% accuracy, cases of Down syndrome, Edwards syndrome, and Patau syndrome. So 99.9% accuracy is really high accuracy. However, it's not 100%. So there's always some errors that can occur. Okay, so make sure as you're looking at this, you're writing down the important things, so you're getting that important information about the different types of prenatal testing. And then, as a reminder, I'm not sure I showed you this in our last class. Okay, so we have two definitions that I want you to know, and one of them is trisomy and the other one's a monosomy. So a trisomy is simply when you get 3 copies of a chromosome that you're supposed to have 2 copies of. So trisomy examples would be your trisomy 21 or Down syndrome, trisomy 18 or Edwards syndrome, trisomy 13 or Patau syndrome, as well as there's the triple X. So people can get 3 X chromosomes, and then there's the Klinefelter syndrome as well, when people can get 2 X's and a Y chromosome. Then there's monosomies. So monosomies occur when we have 1 copy of a chromosome and we're supposed to have 2 copies of that chromosome. So the only instance we saw of this was the person who had just 1 sex chromosome instead of 2 sex chromosomes. So that would be the Turner syndrome or the 45X. All right, perfect. Oops. So today on our agenda, I'm going to have you read 2 articles. So let's see if I can find them. So we're going to look at 2 articles related to Down syndrome, okay? So let me escape this. I'm going to post them on the Google Classroom. So we'll start out, one of them looks like this and the other one's a little bit different. So they're about prenatal testing and children born with the Down syndrome. So I'm going to have you read through them. Okay, you can do that independently. Write a little summary paragraph for each. I'm going to ask that you start with this one. So this one is the article that says Down syndrome Iceland as the title. So start with this one, and then you are going to move to the next one. Okay, let's see. I think I just labeled this one Article 2. This is Article 1, and then we're going to get Article 2. Okay, so this is Article 2. They're providing just different information about prenatal testing and the consequences of prenatal testing. So I will post them online if you want to translate some of them. I think you should be able to highlight, translate, and run them through a translator if you want to as well. So this is the second one, providing a very different information about Down syndrome. So I want you to look at them and compare. Um, I'll have you write a summary. So read them, write a summary. The summary can include some of your opinions and what you feel about the article as well, but I want it to include some of the information shared by the article. Then I am going to post a question to Google Classroom asking you to respond to essentially what you think should be the use of these prenatal tests and what we should do with the information from them. So I will post that as well. So this is what I'm asking you to do today during class. I think that these articles are very, very interesting, and I think it brings up some interesting, ethical and societal issues as well. So please, read them, think about them carefully, and then we're going to share some of our opinions and some of our ideas about the idea of prenatal testing and the consequences of it on the Google Classroom. So please just be open-minded to what they're saying. Obviously you have your own opinion as well. We can bring that in, and that's the point of doing this, is that these are real issues and that we really should be considering them as a society, okay, and how they impact us as a whole, okay, as well as individually. All right, so have a good day, and I will see you in our next class.